you all. We know that in the Hutt Valley right now there are 266 families who are on the waiting list for a state house. And like so many parts of New Zealand, there is a chronic shortage of housing. Shortage of own your own housing and a shortage of state housing. And then you look around and you see places like this, empty sections, empty chunks of land that used to have houses on it, state houses and sometimes own your own houses. And I have to say, in a country that has a chronic housing shortage, that is criminal. What we're standing on right now, when we know there's a need, a desperate need, an urgent need, empty housing estates like this is just plain criminal. So the commitment that I am making today is that the next Labour-led government, by 2020, will build 400 KiwiBuild and State House housing on empty sections like this. We'll do that in Ipuni, Nainai, Waifetu, and around the Hutt Valley. We'll do it in other places around the country as well. And I was at a place in Porirua just a couple of days ago. Again, big empty section where there used to be state houses, and now there's nothing. It comes down to this. When you don't have enough houses, there's only one solution. You build more bloody houses. And we're going to build them here. They'll be built under our KiwiBuild policy, and we'll be building state houses as well. We are confident that we can have houses available for sale at a price range of up to $350,000. They'll be modest dwellings, they're not palatial, they'll be medium density housing and in areas where there are good facilities. We have to get serious about the housing crisis, and this is what we will do. Yeah, and very happy locals. Pleased to see that the issues that have concerned to their community are getting the attention that it deserves. So that's what the announcement is, and I'm happy to take any questions that you've got.
So how many will be built here in this particular area?
Precise numbers here.
Up to 100?
Up to 100 around here, and there's a number of other sites around the valley where we're confident we can get the 400 that we're promising.
And these will be for first home buyers under the KiwiBuild scheme?
First home buyers under the KiwiBuild scheme. There'll be state houses as well, and they'll be, as I say, modest size state houses, and it'll be a total of 400 new dwellings that we'll be able to bring to the Hutt Valley.
Is this going to be the early focus of the KiwiBuild scheme, is to be using government owned land first before you then maybe go after non-government owned land?
Yeah, it's part of the mix. We're looking at where there's empty sections, empty land. I mean, the benefit of building here is that a lot of the underground infrastructure is already here, and that's why we can actually build at a reasonably good price in sites like this where there's already that underground infrastructure.
Andrew, would you also look at partnering with local government?
Look, what happens with local government is crucial to what we do. They've got a role to play. We'll be working with private developers, obviously private construction companies. We'll be working with WellTech. They've got a world-class construction school just down the road here. We'll be working with them. That's about building the workforce that goes with this as well. So this is not about central government standing on its own trying to do it. It is working with locals and as I say, Ray, with local councils as well.
You talked about having homes for first home buyers and social housing. Is this like a move to maybe what we see in the UK, is where you develop a private development and you have to add some social housing in at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, that's always been the philosophy that we've adopted when Labour was last in government, the big developments. When it was running the Hobsonville development, it was about a combination and a mix of housing, of own your owns and state housing. It was this government that kind of diluted all of that. But that's the approach we will take, and it's about getting more houses and getting a good mix.
You mentioned about 266 individual families on the waiting list. How would you describe that need compared to the national state of housing?
Well, every family in need is a crisis. It's a crisis for that family. That is urgent now, and I've heard of at least one family having lived in a garage for 6 months. I've heard of another family living in a people mover because that's all they've got. And these are the conditions that families are living in now. And you know, we used to be good at providing a house for people, and we seem to have given up as a country. Well, we can't do that anymore. Housing is crucial. It's crucial for people's life opportunities. It's crucial for addressing the inequality challenge we've got. That's why we are making housing our number one priority.
Have you got any idea of what this land is earmarked for at the moment under current?
It was meant to be a housing development, a state housing development, and it's been like this for what, 5 years or so, and nothing has happened, and there are no plans to do anything for it for you know, at least the foreseeable future. We've got to make this a priority. The need that families are in is urgent, and we've got to make this a priority, and we will.
What do you make of the fact that this land has been vacant for up to 4 years? Criminal. When we've known that there's this growing need and this urgent need, we know that we're a country that is 60,000 houses short nationwide. Some economists are now saying that figure is bigger. We are a country that has a chronic shortage of housing, and there's only one answer to that. We've got to build more houses, and it's places like this where we'll make mistakes.
You mentioned a price of about 300,000 here, and understandably it's about 600,000 correspondingly up in Auckland just due to land prices. So does that give an incentive to maybe try and encourage people to move out of Auckland, around the country?
Yeah, we're not really fussed on that, because people will live where they live, because that's where job opportunities are, it's where family networks are, and those sorts of things. But we know that the price that we can build KiwiBuild homes for will differ across the country because of the price of land. We know that doing a development on land like this will be cheaper because the underground infrastructure is already there, so a lot of stuff ready to go. So it will differ from one place to the next.
So how many of the 400 will be sold under KiwiBuild, and will those all be under that 350 mark?
Yeah, the 350 is kind of the top price, we think. And so be roughly 300 KiwiBuild homes, 100 state houses.
And is 100 state houses enough to meet the state house demand here, do you think?
Not here alone. There'll be you know, state houses built in other places, in other areas. Our commitment is you know, to build more state houses until the demand is met. You know, that is then some of that is recycling. Of course, what we've got is state houses that aren't fit for purpose. We have to pull them down or make them habitable, do whatever we need to do. But we know that there are empty state houses lying around here as well, and with a bit of work they could be made habitable. So you know, that focus doesn't go away.
Because you did mention there's roughly around 266 on the waiting list. Is 100 state houses enough? You know, obviously it sounds as though that's only half of what's needed.
So so you're right, but we also know there are empty state houses around the valley as well, and with a bit of work and effort they can be made habitable. And you know, we think with that effort and with that start, you know, we can seriously reduce that waiting list.
Will Labour do a review of Housing New Zealand and its incompetence?
Well, the review we're doing is to stop them being like a property manager and a profit maker and paying a dividend to government, and make them what they should always have been, which is an outfit providing housing as a last resort to those most in need. That's what we're going to make Housing New Zealand do. All right, thank you all.
Excuse me, what about the families that currently living in garages, living in the lines and the churches? What about those families now? What's the solution?
Yeah, we can do better with emergency housing than what is being done at the moment. But in the end, the answer to the chronic shortage of housing is building more houses. That does take a bit of time. Our commitment is 400 new houses by 2020. We'll do what is needed to make sure those families are in a warm, safe, dry place in emergency housing, and get them into their own place just as soon as we can.
Why did you decide to do this stand up now at this time and in Lower Hutt?
Because we know it's a chronic issue right now. We saw the protest last week. We've been talking about housing for the last 2 years. We've been campaigning on it. We have our KiwiBuild policy. We're doing constant refinements because we know that the need differs from one place to the next. And we need to, and I think locals here are entitled to have the confidence and the reassurance that here is a political party that is serious about its commitment about housing and fixing the local property.
The protest last week, did it have an influence on you coming here today? Would you done anyway?
We've been planning a housing announcement for the Hutt Valley for some time, and we've been campaigning on housing. It's been our top priority for the last 2 years. So, and we've done the homework. We've worked out what is possible, what's feasible for here, and that's why we're making the announcement.